All right, you guys, I've decided to say fuck it and I'm running for dictator. So, why dictator? I actually want to be able to do everything I say I'm going to do. And if I'm dictator, I can do everything I say I'm going to do. We also don't have to wait for a campaign or an election season. I don't need you to love me. I don't need you to like everything that I'm going to say, but I do want you to say, whatever, fuck it. What's the worst she can do? And at least we know she cares about the people. So, we have the money and the resources to take care of everyone. The food doesn't just disappear if the stock market crashes. The homes don't just disappear if the stock market crashes. Everything is still there. So I don't give a damn. Everything that I say, I don't care what happens to the stock market or the rich or the corporations, because everything's still there. I don't care. So the three main things that would affect most Americans right now: pause rent and mortgage payments for 2 years. That way we just have time to figure out a solution because the rent is too high. People are paying way too much. $1,000 per month universal basic income, and raise the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour. At $15 an hour, if you work 20 hours per week, and combined with that $1,000, you will get $2,200 per month. And Medicare for all. Those are the three big ones right now. So, bum, bum, bum. Oh, I just want to say I really do believe that we can do this. All we need is just enough people to get behind it for whatever reason. As you can see, I'm working all of my assets today. All right, so I want to legalize dangerous things. That way we can regulate them. This includes abortion, drugs, and prostitution. Abortion, they're going to happen either way, whether you want them to or not. And it has been proven time and again that abstinence-only education does nothing, that we actually need to educate about contraceptives and STDs and birth control, and then provide access to those things. We both want fewer abortions, okay? And if they're not pregnant in the first place, they're not going to have an abortion. So that's that. Prostitution and drugs, again, it's happening either way. One way we get tax money and we get to regulate it. That way people can be in safe environments, and if something happens, like prostitute, they can actually go to the police. So it's happening anyway. One way it's safe and we get tax money. The other way it's not safe and we also don't get tax money. So one thing I do want to say is I also don't want so much government as I'm saying right now, just because, you know, it kind of sucks. I don't want like a ton of government, but we kind of have to. You had your chance and you blew it on the rich and the corporations, so we're giving up on that. The first thing that I want to say too is this would be for like an 8 to 12 year plan. After that, I would like to go back to the 3 branches of government. I think that's a really good idea, but I just want to kind of do a hard reset. We need a new constitution. We need a new Bill of Rights. We need to just kind of like scrub and redo all the laws. Those are all so old. You know, copyright law needs to be updated. So many things, especially because, you know, social media exists now and it's just a lot. So we need to update all that. So I would do a wealth tax, over $100 million. It would affect over $100 million in the bank. I don't know what percentage I would do that at, but it's going to be high, probably in the 70s. And then completely over $1 billion. I don't care. I don't care how many billions you have. If you have more than $1 billion, no. Okay? Tax freeze on $75,000 and below. So if you earn less than $75,000 per year, earn less. Not if you have $75,000 in the bank, but if you earn less than $75,000 every year, your taxes on that income will freeze. And I'd like to do that for a while. I want to focus on, these are out of order, just in random order, by the way. I want to focus on bringing industry back to America. I have a lot of ideas regarding that. Kind of like the gist of what I want to do is get back into manufacturing, because we can do it more environmentally friendly and safer. And then we also don't have to pay for transportation of goods overseas. So I would like to get into like, okay, so here's one of the ideas is hemp. So we grow a lot of hemp instead of cotton because hemp uses far less water than cotton. And so that's environmentally friendly. And then we process that hemp into textiles here in America. Those are jobs. We process those textiles into clothing here in America. Those are jobs. And then we sell that clothing at cost. Those are more jobs. And that way everyone has just like, good old fashioned quality basics that are also good for the planet, and they're just sold at cost. So you don't have to worry about how much they're getting marked up. That way people have the option. Okay. We need to switch from coal and oil to renewable energy. Again, that's just something that needs to happen a long time ago. The planet's dying. So I want to fix our infrastructure, jobs. The streets are crumbling. We need a lot of help. A lot of our buildings are not doing so good anymore. And with that, I kind of bring this up later too, but jobs like, I want to hire artists to also do like murals and cool stuff like that. Like I want to bring arts and culture back to America. I want to have like our own cultural renaissance. And I especially think that we can. I know we can. It's just, will you let me? So I want to come down hard on pollution. Oof. So I don't just want to stop what we're doing. I also want to reduce what's already been done. I want our grandkids and our great grandkids to look back and say, wow, they were on the brink of climate disaster, but then America changed and then they led the way in bringing it all back to better. We'll leave it at better than before. I think we can. I know we can. And I want our kids and grandkids to be proud. And I don't want the rich to flee to Mars. That's insane. The planet's fine. And you don't I'm saying no. No, you don't get to have billions of dollars and flee to Mars and leave the rest of us to die whenever we're the ones that are working so that you can make that $1 billion. Okay. So, police, 4-year certificate, 4-year degree, and a certificate. If it takes 4 years and a certificate to teach third graders, then it should take 4 years and a certificate to point a gun at civilians and potentially fire upon and kill civilians. Period. All right. Race relations and guns. I need your help. I'm not qualified to speak on either, but race relations, things are rough. We need help. I would like to hear from people in the communities. And with guns, same thing. We need help. I'm going to take some away. We're taking some guns away. And I want you guys to tell me what's the best way to do that, because the point is I should never have to ask which one when referring to a shooting. When referring to a school shooting or a concert shooting. Wait, do you mean the nightclub? Like, no. And again, you had your chance and you blew it. So we're going to take away some guns. And I don't want to say how, because I don't know how. I want you guys to tell me how. What do we need to do that? And you know what? We'll try that for like a few years. And if it doesn't help, okay, we'll try something else. So open borders. We already have literal Nazis crawling around America. Okay. Like you're worried about who we're going to let in. Something else I want to talk about is how bad would things have to get here in America for you to flee your home and run to Canada? How bad would things be here, and how much better would the opportunity be in Canada? And especially knowing you're going to then be an illegal in Canada, or an undocumented immigrant, in Canada, how bad would things have to get for you? And so we're just denying those people entrance because our jobs, we can just go down to 20 hours a week. The only reason y'all are working 40 is for healthcare. And guess what? You just got healthcare. I want to reduce our global military presence. We just kind of need to chill out. I'm not saying end it. I want us to remain there. But here's the other idea is we make the Peace Corps, we add a Peace Corps, do away with Space Force, by the way. And then Peace Corps becomes fifth branch of the military. Yeah, I don't know where Space Force counts nowadays. But Peace Corps becomes branch of the military. And from there, you don't need a degree. That's the thing right now. Right now, you need a degree to do Peace Corps. And then, so where the Army, for example, is stationed, we then also send people that are trained in like digging wells and building schools and teaching and stuff like that, so that the military presence is still there if needed. But while we're there, we can do humanitarian aid because we have plenty of people that I know would be down to do that. And yeah, we need an option that isn't go to college or go to the military, because we need another option. Oh, speaking of, I don't know where it's in here, but I want to provide a federal college 4-year degree. You can keep your fancy universities, that's fine, but there needs to be another option for people to do college for free, because whenever you need a college degree to earn more than $30,000 per year, then that's just that should be something that we provide. It's like a high school education. I also want to create a national bank, so that gives everyone $100 in the red. So I've been very poor. There have been many times where just like a little $100 cushion would have helped me a ton, and I know that. And lets you go $100 in the red, no overdraft fees. It doesn't let you go below that $100, and there's no overdraft fees and there's no monthly charge. It just holds your money, because there's also no like credit card points. It's just a plain old bank. All right. Universal basic income. Prison reform. All nonviolent offenders released. We need to rehabilitate and treat them like people. We need to stop with prison labor totally. Earning less than $1 an hour is criminal. Well, not earning, but that's really tragic, and that should not be happening. Oh, public tax records. So if you want to run for something like president or something in the legislative branch, or Supreme Court justice, then you need to have your tax records public. And anyone you receive money from that is not like your government salary also needs to be public, because we need to know where the money is going. And so like if a PAC donates to you, then that PAC also has their tax records made public, or they don't donate to you. Like, okay. And same thing with like, okay, so does a shell corporation donate to that PAC? Okay. Who owns the shell corporation? Like goes all the way back. That way we can see who's giving dollars to who, because we need to know. Term limits. Okay. Restart the government from scratch. Like I said, just redo it. Lots of ideas there. Oh, care for veterans and elderly. We are not taking care of our veterans and our elderly. I personally don't believe in the military. For me, not my thing. But if you're willing to go out and sacrifice your life for our country, then your country should take care of you. You should not come home with PTSD and then commit suicide. That's horrific, and we need to stop that from happening. And also our elderly, they're not going anywhere. And I know nursing homes they're rough, really, really rough. And we have the resources to take care of them. So we just need to. Instead of letting it go to the rich, we need to take care of our people. Rent freeze. Ooh, I want to audit government spending. I feel like we have a lot of just bloat, especially I know there are things that we do just because they are jobs, and we can do away with those if everyone has universal basic income and their rent is taken care of for now, at least. Like, if everyone will be fine if they lose their job, then it's good. It's all good. The other thing is, I know a lot of people say, oh, but what about people that are going to, just sit there and leech? Okay. The rich have already been doing that this entire time. I'd rather give $2,000 to 200 people than give anything to Ted Cruz. And, and what's the other thing? Oh man, I was on such a roll. Oh, look at what this pandemic proved. People want to work, especially I think if it's only 20 hours a week. People want to go to work. I know that I need a job because I just go stir crazy. The first 3 or 4 weeks was great, but then after 4 weeks, it was like, all right. So, jobs. I want to revitalize small town America, but on that, small town America needs to realize things are going to change. And I want to do that by tourism and industry. I want to expand national parks. So yeah, that's what I would do if I were a dictator. And I know the thing is, I know we can do it. And I think this is one of those ideas that could go viral and I could be dictator by next week, honestly. I know we can, and I know it's possible. It's just a matter of if it will. And so if this is something you're honestly, fuck it, whatever, share this video. And Coffee Binks for Dictator 2020 now. And if you were staring at my titties this whole time, then you need to share this video. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching.